All right, guys, here we go again. FSD Beta 12.3. We've got the latest build, and we are on the East Coast, testing it out on some more regressive test paths to see how it does. So far, it's been great. We're going to see if it continues its trend of greatness from here. Really, really good so far. We've done some more tests off camera. It's been rock solid for us. Very human-like. Very, very human-like, comparatively speaking. And probably better than some human drivers as well, just based on where it is right now today. But very, very good. Uses an abundance of caution where it needs to. Exercises the right decision making and goes from there. All clear on the left. And we're off. Okay, so now that we're doing more regressive testing, we want to be able to see what has changed in terms of the decision making and in terms of what it decides to do and when it decides to do it based off of version 11. So right here on this particular path, we're coming the opposite way of our typical test path. And in this particular way, when we cross past those lights up there, it typically waits till the last minute to stage the being in the right lane, which needs to go straight. That's been the same consistently. Great job reacting to that. It's been the same consistent for almost every single build. No one has shown the level of awareness to be in that right lane ahead of time. They always wait to the last minute, especially when cars are piled up. Let's see how version 12 fares in this scenario. All right, should stage now, should stage now, stage now, stage now, stage now. It's not staging. All right, not good. Staging at the last minute, but at least it uses its turn signal to get over. So that's not changed. I'm gonna flag that one. We still have our flag button, so good job for that, for the early access. But definitely didn't stage early. Should have staged earlier. It waited till it got all the way into the turn lane, and then it decided to make that turn. So not great. But let's see what else happens. Good job making the turn here. Nice and smooth. I'm loving the confidence of the yoke, or the wheel, if you will, where it just makes a commitment. It commits to it and goes. It's not herky-jerky and shaking and indecisive and giving you that perception that it doesn't have confidence. Always stop here, waits its turn, and then goes. Very assertive and aggressive when it needs to go. Definitely knows it needs to get out there. Basically heard the feedback from all the testers, all the people using it, what it needs to do. Kind of wanted to slow down for that car turning, but not so much. Tight roads here. Please don't hit. Oh, good job navigating that. Good job navigating that. Whew, tight quarters. Great job. Great job. Pretty congested street here. Can't see behind this car. Don't know what's there. Nothing, luckily. Good job slowing down. Good job resuming. This is really confidence inspiring. I can't express enough. If you don't have this yet, version 11.4.9 was not terrible, but this just takes it to a whole new level. This makes using FSD enjoyable again. This makes us be hopeful that the Tesla team can pull this off and achieve true full self-driving with just cameras and vision only. Really confidence inspiring, even in its current state. Autopilot highway has always been great. No issues there. It's the city streets version that required a little bit more attention. This requires less attention to the point where I'm almost forgetting to confirm on the wheel because it's so comfortable, so relaxing, and so competent in what it's doing. It feels just like a human driver. Excellent, excellent job. I can't sing their praise enough in that regard. But we're coming up to a pretty challenging scenario. Version 11 was able to accomplish this, but not with some degree of difficulty. We're going to get to a partially divided road, if you will, meaning there's not a wall there, but there are some pylons there that divide the road. And autopilot always always went 15 miles an hour around those pylons, and then we're going to go into a windy road. So since we've had version 11, a lot of time has passed, and since we had other versions as well, a lot of time has passed. Good job getting out there. But effectively, the roads have gotten worse as a result since the last time we've tested these. So our nice, smooth, winding mountain road that we're about to go up is no longer smooth. It's very bumpy, lots of potholes. I do have the 21s on, so I'm not too happy about that, but we're going to see what it can do. It's turn to go, goes. Great job. Lots of power getting out there, getting across the intersection, not delaying anyone, holding anyone up. Interesting blind sweeping corner with a cyclist. Great job using that caution to get around them. Good job taking the blind sweeping corner. We might hit the pothole on the way out. We might not. Let's see. Right up here. We're going to hit it, but it's okay. A very tough scenario because you can't see over the hill. The hill is cresting and you're turning, so difficult, but autopilot handled it great. FSD Beta handled it great. Here is the area where it slows down to 15 miles an hour. I have the auto offset on. Let's see what happens. Okay. No more slowdown. Excellent. Probably should have signaled in here, and now we're into the winding mountain road. So great job fixing that regression, or fixing that issue, I should say. Whoa, very close. We're like, oh no, we might be, okay. We got to get on the line. We have to get in the line. He was a little bit over the line, and it's just a ditch there, so we were almost in dire straits. And now, since they put a speed limit up here, it's 10 miles an hour. The car can now read that speed limit sign, and now it only goes 15 miles an hour. So that's also a good thing. Reading those lower speed limits is also great. Good job handling these roads. Very smooth, very human-like. Feels a little bit weird going this slow because we typically go faster, but it's all good. I would rather it be safe than sorry. But I was a little concerned that it got a little too close to the ditch here. See that? It's going, oh, oof, oh, we're kind of in the ditch. All right, I didn't like that. We're kind of in the ditch. I don't want to disengage, but I'm going to flag it. You can hear the debris kicking up. We were kind of in the ditch. That's not great. I'll try to superimpose some of the repeater camera footage here and show you what that looked like. We were kind of in the ditch. I didn't like that. So that's a little bit of a regression in terms of how it's handling that, and maybe it's the speed that's throwing it off and making it assume that it can turn tighter than it can. Let's find out. Okay. Now for this test, just for the sake of testing, we're going to end this test. Now it kind of ignores that 10 mile an hour speed limit and goes to 30, which is great, which is what you're supposed to do here because it's a higher stretch of road. So I like the way that it handled that mostly, minus the fact that it cut those corners a little bit too short. And again, it could have been the road eroding, but the white lines were still there. So it still should have adhered to those, understood that, hey, beyond those white lines, there's no concrete. Okay, so we are going to 10 miles an hour again. Let's see what happens. Now it drops back down to 10 miles an hour. Well, at least the sign says it. The actual car does not do it because it's going to auto, but we'll see what happens. Now we're going to go to a congested part, and here's where the test ends. It officially ends here, and we're going to do some extra credit to see if it can go all the way around. This is where I'll go. I'm going to use my abundance of caution because there's lots of cars here. It's probably an event going on here, people. But it sees and monitors the environment here and recognizes that, hey, I got to slow down to 15 miles an hour because there's cars here now. It wants to let this person go. It doesn't. Okay, fine. And it goes. All right, so one of the things that this car is not able to do is not able to communicate with other cars. It's not able to wave them on, tell them to go, or adhere to when they wave them on from inside the car. So that's an issue that Tesla's going to have to resolve somehow, some way. Cars are parking. Still kind of goes wide here. So that's still a problem. I'll flag that. Person behind me is right behind me trying to figure out what I'm trying to do. But let's see what happens. Go straight, please. A little wide here, a little awkward. This seems like the person driving in the control room doesn't know where we're going. All right, here we go. It's got to slow down significantly here. Please slow down. Does a great job slowing down right here. Not uncomfortable. This is extra credit here, though. Remember that. Slows down a lot. Take this turn nicely, please. You're a little too close to the curb. We have a lot more room here to move. This is one way, but it does it competently. Nice. A little bit of a hurt, right? A little jerk right there, but nothing terrible. And again, just using that abundance of caution, going slow, methodical, not trying to make mistakes. And we are at the location. Okay, you're gonna pull up into the valet. Probably wants to. I want to disengage. Okay. So pretty good. Pretty good. The second drive, or it was other drives, the second drive I'm posting, but I've done many more drives than that. But this is great so far. I'm gonna pull over right over here. This is great so far. FSD Beta 12, the hype is real. Much smoother, much more human-like, much more refined from previous versions. The neural net, the end-to-end neural net is effective. It's very effective right now in showing the car how to handle certain scenarios, what to do, how to do it, so on and so forth. Obviously, it needs more work. It needs more environments like this. So just by us doing this and flagging that, we're helping improve that for future people who have roads like that. But that definitely did go into the gulch a little bit. Didn't like that. Went over the white line. We have wider tires on. This is a wider car. Definitely could have took the turning line a little bit wider to make it a little bit more comfortable. But only because I was looking and I could feel a little bit of the wheels going in there that it made it uncomfortable. So I knocked it down a notch. So in terms of confidence, I want to give this a 9 again. In terms of comfort, I'm going to give it an 8, just because, or an 8.5, however you want to call it, because of that little situation right there. In terms of decision making, I'm going to give it a 9. I made all the right decisions. In terms of safety, I'm going to give it an 8 or 8.5 again, just because it was not the safest maneuver to cross over and cut that corner so hard where there was no road. Like I could have had a tire stuck down there. The wheel could have fell down there and I could have got stuck. So all kinds of things could have caused an accident. So that was the only gaffe on this particular drive, but it's still high levels of confidence overall, still very competent, still very usable, still excites you to want to use it more often in city streets than you typically would. So we're gonna do some more drives. We're gonna get them out there as quickly as we can, get them back up online so you guys can see and share and go from there. But let us know your thoughts on this drive. Let us know your thoughts with your experience. And until the next time, enjoy your day. Enjoy your Tesla.